Well, I trolled the opening stage, as you can see, but I made up for it in the elimination stage. Unfortunately, it turned out to be an easy stage. It's as simple as that, really. I can't get away from that fact. I'm still proud of getting 7 right, as you can see. That is something. I probably should have guessed big as well. I trolled a little bit with them IBR, but that doesn't matter. I got my 7. It's all now down to the playoffs, and we'll make this one short and sweet. I have a few beliefs here that I kind of want to stick with, and we're going to do exactly that, okay? So, to confirm gold, I need 2 quarters correct, or 1 quarter and that quarter winning team to win their semi-final. So that gives me some space to go with my heart over my head on a few of these picks. I think Mongols and Maos is a toss-up. I really think it's hard to tell how these will match up in a playoff environment. I love both of them, but I'm committing to the Mongols' dream here. I'm starting off with them, and I think it's still. I think it's like a reasonable pick as well. I think of all the teams that Maos could have faced in the quarterfinals, Mongols would probably be the last they would choose, because they're so. I like they're a known quantity, but also unpredictable at the same time with how good they can be. So. It should be a great game. As we all know, Spirit's form is questionable, but put simply, I think Donk is better than everyone on Liquid. And for that reason, I'm taking Spirit over Liquid for this one. Heroic have been unbelievable, and especially Nertz and Tessers. They probably had the hardest draw of anyone to get here, but I still think G2 are a cut above. They'll have their messy rounds, but I don't think Nico and Munazi will allow that to cost them here. So I'm going to have to take G2 for that one. Now in Vitality, sure, I've had an easy draw against FaZe, but FaZe are not at their level right now, I don't think. Like, there are signs of the old FaZe, the major Rain, and Karrigan upping their level when it truly matters. Especially you saw that against Furia when their backs are up against the wall. And they certainly did ramp it up against Furia, but Furia are not exactly an amazing benchmark, I feel like, right now. And if this proves to be a swan song event for Karrigan and Rain, I hope they win, honestly. But it just has to be G2 versus Vitality for me. Mongols vs Spirit is a whole horrible game to call. It relies on many up and downs. But I really think the Mongols have just plainly looked better. They've been at a better level than Spirit and FaZe in this major. And I think Spirit especially. It depends on Donk's level for sure. But I really think at this major, it's the Mongols' destiny to make the final, to crown their year as the best Asian team by far, especially in the Shanghai major, and also especially as they avoid G2 and Vitality in the first 2 rounds. So I'm taking them to make the grand final, baby. Now, all these playoff matches are nuts, but G2 Vitality would be a giga banger for sure. I think Nazaro versus Munazi, any performance that takes over the server from either one of these two could have a huge bearing in the HLTV #1 battle. They could make a difference between 2 and 3, 1 and 2, who knows. I was Nico and Mulbs who took over the server for G2 to beat Vitality at the fall final in September, but it was Munazi at the World Final in November. And I'm going to go with the fairy tale, which is G2 making the final in Nico's apparent last event with the team. Now the final, Mongols versus G2. Unreal, right? I'm still questioning now whether I should do it or not, but considering I can play with my heart a bit more here, and I only need either 2 quarters or 1 semi, or 1 quarter and 1 semi for the gold coin, I'm going to do it. I think the Mongols are going to be the perfect world Shanghai major champions. I haven't seen anything from them yet that would indicate they would get nervous closer to the finish line. I think they absolutely will, but if they do, they'll hide it for sure. I think they've built their confidence up to such an insane level right now that over the course of the major cycle, they can absolutely repeat their previous wins over the likes of G2 we've seen this year, over the likes of a Vitality. Do I think it will happen? Not so sure. I think this is 50-60% heart over 40% head. I still feel vaguely more confident in Vitality and G2 winning the whole thing. Would I like this final to happen? Absolutely. Would I like Nico to finally win a major? Tweet, I stay, with a picture of him and the trophy? Bro, that shit would hit like crack. That shit would hit like crack. I would love that, but I just have to pick them. I just think it would be really fun to go for it. and that is what I'm going to lock in here. I think it's too good an opportunity to pass up to go for this. I think this is relatively, even though Heroic have been so good, I would say I'm about 70% confident in G2. I would say I'm about 70% confident in Spirit. This is a 50-50 game, low-key. And this would be 60 to 70% confident in Vitality as well. So if I get those 2 quarters, as you can see here, that would get me gold, and I'll have to take it. If I miss out on gold with this playoff bracket, then it is what it is. I'll have to take it and sit with silver. But there we go. That's that. And with that, my videos for the Shanghai Major are done and dusted. One final thank you for the support for these. You and likewise, they outperformed my expectations, and I'm also at over 150 subs now, so you might be seeing 1 or 2 more videos toward the end of the year, looking back at my 2024 perhaps. We'll see how that pans out, but for now, thanks again, enjoy these incredible looking playoffs, and much love, and see you soon.